Hello everyone and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brennan plots to kill Jason, and Carly's warning puts her best friend in danger? General Hospital spoilers suggest that Jack Brennan may plot to kill Jason Morgan. Will Carly Spencer's warning endanger her BFF? Carly went to Brennan's office after she came out of the hospital and had an important talk with him. That allowed Carly to raise the alarm about Jason's threats against Brennan. Jason clearly intends to have Brennan suffer the same fate if Carly is injured or killed. Carly updated Brennan on Jason's alarming promises, but Jason himself may be in danger now. Brennan understands how to attract people, but there's a dark side to her allure. Viewers know Brennan is capable of making genuinely frightening acts, so how far will he go to remove Jason as a romantic obstacle? Jason wants Carly to realize how hazardous her current situation is, but Jason may wind up getting into the greatest difficulty. Jason's opposition to Carly's connection with Brennan will transform him into Brennan's furious antagonist. Brennan has demonstrated how he prefers to deal with his foes since nearly shooting Valentine Cassadine. Valentine is a foe who was once a friend and would die right now if Brennan had his way. Brennan has fallen deeply for Carly, and anyone who interferes with their relationship may face consequences. Jason's efforts to break up Carly and Brennan may eventually gain traction, especially when Brennan's unsettling secrets come to light. Carly believes she was doing the right thing when she warned Brennan about Jason's threats, but her decision to reveal the information could backfire. Brennan's wheels may already be turning in terms of Jason, and making whatever move is necessary to drive him out of the picture. Of course, Carly would never forgive Brennan for daring to make Jason a fatal target, so Brennan must keep that in mind and be cautious. Brennan may eventually try to eliminate Jason, while making it appear if a mob-related enemy pursued him instead. Jason will almost certainly survive whatever Brennan has planned for him, but there may still be some danger in the works. According to General Hospital spoilers, Jason and Brennan's conflict is far from done, and they may make more terrifying threats and disturbing prophecies as the drama progresses. Isaiah, a plant by proxy working for a resident bad guy? According to General Hospital spoilers, the latest drama revolves around Isaiah Gannon, a mysterious doctor who has been thrust into the spotlight since he washed up on the side of the road in Port Charles. Is he simply a talented transplant surgeon with a dubious past? Or is he a plant, secretly pulling strings for one of PC's resident villains? From his perilous entrance to his tumultuous past, Isaiah is riddled with mysteries, and we want to know who is truly in charge. General Hospital spoilers. Was it all coincidence? Isaiah's arrival was anything but covert. He arrived in Port Charles after a tumultuous voyage through Somalia, leaving Lucky Spencer high and dry. He and Lucky were in big danger overseas with Jen Sidwell. Isaiah made it out, Lucky took his time getting home, and now he's here, flashing his medical credentials like a free pass from jail. Was it dumb luck? Or a premeditated move? Fans believe his escape was a little too convenient, as if someone paved the road for him to meet Lucky and eventually end up in PC. Spoilers suggest Isaiah is not who he seems. Then there's his past, and boy is it a doozy. Isaiah is a transplant surgeon, but his medical background has taken a dark turn, to the point where he has sworn off performing life-saving surgery. Someone died when they shouldn't have. Okay, ouch, but is that really worth abandoning his job as a great surgeon? Whispers point to a botched operation, a patient missing in suspicious circumstances, or perhaps a deal gone wrong that cost him his nerve. Whatever it was, it has tormented him, and he refuses to provide the facts. Quitting transplantation is more than just a career change. It's a clear indication that something shattered him. Could that baggage be the perfect tool for someone pulling strings behind the scenes? General Hospital spoilers. Who is his handler? So who employs Isaiah? Maybe he's a surrogate for the late Cyrus Renault, involved in some posthumous retribution plot. Cyrus had a knack for protracted games, even from the grave. Or perhaps Sidwell, the cruel wild card, apprehended him in Somalia and dispatched him to cause havoc at Port Chuck. Then there's WSB Chief Jack Brennan, and Isaiah might be his inside guy, playing the good doctor while giving intel and poisoning Sonny Corinthos. Wow, the Metro's employment practices have recently become extremely lax. Thanks to a lovely post from General Hospital's Chris McKenna, We've learned that Carly will hire just about anyone to tend bar. In this scenario, while we have serious doubts about the new hire's qualifications, we are ready to ignore them for the sake of cuteness. McKenna released a series of behind-the-scenes photographs from Family Day at GH, beginning with him holding son Spencer in front of the General Hospital stage sign. Then came the big reveal. Spencer slinging drinks at the Metro. We're not sure what the Todd is producing, but since there's gin in front of him, we'll have a martini. Wait, he isn't permitted to mix drinks? Darn. In any event, Spencer wasn't the only family member who could relate to McKenna, as the actor also uploaded photographs of my beautiful wife, Lovisa, my lovely mother, Marianne, and of course the lovely Laura Wright. What's a guy to do with so many amazing women around him? Spencer may be a little young, but he's obviously a natural in front of cameras. Someday, he might follow in his father's footsteps and become an actor, perhaps even in the daylight. Heck, he's been following Dada's profession since he was a child, so he's bound to learn a few things. According to General Hospital teasers, Dr. Portia Robinson and Nina Reeves are working together to take down Drew Quartermaine. Both have a good reason to make sure Drew falls because their futures are on the line. Portia risks losing her freedom and medical license if Drew exposes her, while Nina fears losing her daughter, Willow Corinthos, forever if she stays with Drew and does not move quickly. The two of them must work together to stop him, but harsh actions that neither of them had anticipated may be required. Portia Robinson suggests murder as an option. Portia has stated multiple times that she wants Drew to die, so she can be free of him. Perhaps she can persuade Nina that this is the only way for them to ultimately be free from Drew's control. Nina may dislike it at first, but Drew will undoubtedly push her to her breaking point, and she believes that there is no other option than for Drew to die. Portia informs Nina that they plan to kill Drew, make it look like an accident and get away with it. Portia Robinson takes advantage of Drew Quartermaine's medical file. Portia has been looking over Drew's medical records, hoping to find something that will permanently silence him. She may persuade him that he needs to be put on medication, or she could get further test results to show this, and ask Dr. Isaiah Gannon to meet with him about his illness. Drew would take the prescription, and it is possible that the medication may interact with another medication that only Portia knows Drew is taking. Nina could possibly replace this drug with another when she visits Drew's house in order to gradually murder him. Both scenarios are feasible. Drew Quartermaine starts to decline. Drew would begin to experience side effects after taking the drug for a while. Portia and Nina would have to be patient, as his death had to appear accidental. When Drew collapses unexpectedly, it will undoubtedly appear as such. Willow would be shocked and rush him to the hospital. Nina and Portia's plan would have been successful, but will extra measures be required to ensure Drew's death? Or would Drew surrender to this murderous scheme right away? What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you believe Portia and Nina will work together to kill Drew? Will Drew be killed by something Portia discovered in his medical records? Will Drew survive this lethal plan? Keep watching General Hospital on ABC weekdays to see what happens next. According to General Hospital spoilers, Christina is the person who needs the most direction. General Hospital spoilers, Christina goes to rehab. In fact, there is a lot of anticipation that Christina may go to rehab in her next plotline. That's because she needs time and space to recover, rather than constantly blaming Ava for what happened to her kid. Otherwise, Christina's mental health will spiral out of control. As many of our dedicated readers may understand, this tale sparked a lot of discussion on the internet. Some have even noted, they've written Christina into a corner, which is aggravating. Fans spent years requesting new plots for her, and now they simply want her off-screen. I do not want that. She's always been one of my favorite characters, and if she's gone, Dante will be the only one of Sunny's adult children left. I just hope the powers that be are seriously considering how to make her character work again. Another show fan remarked, yes, I believe this will be a reset for the Christina character. She will emerge from a short stay in a psychiatric facility changed. It will also end the ridiculous Ava has no money of her own storyline since Sunny will pay her off not to press charges. General Hospital spoilers. What's next for Christina? There was also this comment. I hope they do something because she is insufferable. It's ironic that she yells about accountability when she's never taken any herself. I do not want her as a mob boss. She's too inexperienced and reckless. Yeah, I said that. I also do not want her off the hook. She requires a stern, severe reality check. And so do her parents, who have been enabling her for so long. Of course, General Hospital fans will have to check back every day to see what happens next. Christina brings Molly over to the dark side with her? General Hospital spoilers scream. Christina Corinthos Davis has set her sights on Ava Jerome yet again. Her desire to bring Ava down had subsided, but Ava's recent stunt rekindled the fires. Christina is now ready to embrace her dark side, and she is considering her sister Molly Lansing Davis as a potential partner in crime. Molly is devastated after losing everything, her baby hopes, her love with TJ Ashford, but she will not let Christina pull her into this vendetta against Ava. Is she already looking for a means to reconcile with her sister? And will she take the bait if she believes that assisting Christina in taking down Ava is the only way to heal their relationship? General Hospital spoilers. Is an alliance taking shape? Christina's resentment of Ava reached a boiling point when Ava stood by and did nothing when Sonny Corinthos gripped his chest, laying on the floor. His heart problems flared up. Christina's rage was sparked by that frigid move. She had nearly let it go, but Ava's cruel demeanor tipped the scales. Chrissy is now trying to ruin Ava's world, piece by sparkling piece. Christina is dangerously committed to revealing secrets, turning allies against her, or simply making her squirm. However, going it alone may not be enough. She requires assistance, and who better to enter the fray than her sister? According to GH spoilers, Christina brings in Molly, who is now a wild-card character. She and Christina have been at odds off and on for most of their lives, their sisterly bond strained by competing loyalties and life's unexpected turns. But Molly has struck rock bottom. Her surrogacy aspirations have failed, her domestic partnership has ended, and she is drowning in sorrow. That kind of anguish can make anyone need a revenge glow-up, right? Christina is watching her heartbroken sister and notices that Molly has nothing left to lose, which is the ideal mix for a dark side recruit. Imagine the pitch. Ava has injured us all, Mole. Let us make her pay together. It's tempting, especially given Molly's legal knowledge. She may be the brains behind Christina's takedown. General Hospital spoilers. Molly is her sister's keeper. Will Molly bite? She's not the vengeance type, but sadness has a funny way of twisting you up and spitting you out, ready to fight. If Christina plays her cards correctly, she may be able to draw Molly over the line, transforming the Davis sisters into a destructive dynamic team. Ava would not know what hit her. Christina's enthusiasm combined with Molly's skill may be devastating. But if Molly resists, would Christina go it alone and risk everything? And if that's the case, will Molly continue to keep a watchful eye on her sister, waiting for her to make a mistake and want her assistance, just as she usually does? Brennan plots to eliminate Jason. Carly's warning puts BFF in harm's way? Introduction. In the high-stakes world of daytime drama, betrayal, revenge, and unexpected alliances keep viewers on the edge of their seats. One such gripping storyline revolves around Brennan's sinister plot to eliminate Jason, while Carly's desperate warning inadvertently puts her best friend in grave danger. This explosive narrative twist raises the stakes, leaving fans questioning loyalties and fearing for their favorite characters. With Brennan's ruthless ambitions, Jason's precarious position, and Carly's protective instincts leading to unintended consequences, this storyline is packed with tension, emotional turmoil, and life-or-death decisions. Below, we delve deep into Brennan's motivations, Jason's vulnerability, Carly's desperate intervention, and the shocking fallout that could change everything. Part 1. Brennan's dangerous agenda. He wants Jason gone. 1.1 A history of rivalry and resentment. Brennan's vendetta against Jason isn't sudden. It's the culmination of years of rivalry. Whether it's business, love, or power, Jason has always been an obstacle in Brennan's path. Professional competition. If both men operate in the same high-stakes world, organized crime, corporate takeovers, or law enforcement, Brennan may see Jason as the one standing between him and ultimate control. Personal grudges, past betrayals, humiliations, or even romantic entanglements, such as both men loving the same woman, could fuel Brennan's hatred. Fear of exposure. If Jason knows a dangerous secret about Brennan, eliminating him becomes a necessity rather than just revenge. 1.2 The mechanics of Brennan's plan. Brennan isn't one to act impulsively. His scheme to take out Jason would be calculated and cold. Manipulating allies. He might enlist unsuspecting accomplices, framing someone else for Jason's downfall. Setting a trap. A staged accident, a rigged confrontation, or even poisoning could be in play. Psychological warfare. Before striking physically, Brennan may try to destabilize Jason mentally, targeting his loved ones, sabotaging his reputation, or making him doubt his closest allies. 1.3 The stakes for Brennan. If Brennan succeeds, he gains power, eliminates a threat, and secures his position. But failure could mean exposure, retaliation, or even his own demise. Part 2 Jason's vulnerability. Why he's in danger. 2.1 Unaware of the threat. Jason, often a sharp and strategic thinker, might be blindsided this time, distracted by other conflicts. If he's dealing with another enemy or personal crisis, Brennan's plot could catch him off guard. Trusting the wrong people. An insider close to Jason could be secretly working with Brennan, feeding him information. 2.2 Physical and emotional weaknesses. Even the strongest characters have breaking points. Recent injuries or setbacks. If Jason has been weakened by a previous attack, arrest, or emotional trauma, Brennan could exploit this. Protective instincts. If Brennan threatens someone Jason loves, Jason might walk into a trap trying to save them. 2.3 The possibility of betrayal. Someone in Jason's inner circle could be playing both sides, making Brennan's plan even more lethal. Part 3 Carly's warning. A desperate move with deadly consequences. 3.1 Carly's loyalty to Jason. Carly has always been fiercely protective of those she loves, especially Jason. History of risking everything. She's no stranger to dangerous interventions if it means saving someone she cares about. How she discovers the plot. Whether through eavesdropping, a cryptic warning from an informant, or piecing together clues, Carly realizes Brennan's plan too late. 3.2 Her attempt to save Jason. In true Carly fashion, she doesn't hesitate, but her actions might backfire. Confronting Brennan directly. A heated confrontation could escalate things dangerously. Warning Jason secretly. If Brennan finds out she knows, she becomes a target. Enlisting help from the wrong person. If she trusts someone who's actually working with Brennan, she could unknowingly lead Jason into a trap. 3.3 How her BFF gets caught in the crossfire. Carly's best friend, whether it's Sam, Elizabeth, or another close ally, could become collateral damage. Mistaken identity. If Brennan thinks Carly's BFF knows too much, they could be kidnapped or attacked. Bait for a trap. Brennan might use them to lure Carly or Jason into a vulnerable position. A shocking casualty. In the worst-case scenario, Carly's warning could get her best friend killed, leaving her devastated and filled with guilt. Part 4. The fallout. What happens next? 4.1 Jason's reaction. Survival or revenge? If Jason survives Brennan's attack, his response will be brutal. Going on the offensive. He may abandon all caution to take Brennan down. Unlikely alliances. He might team up with former enemies to ensure Brennan's destruction. 4.2 Carly's guilt and grief. If her best friend is harmed because of her actions, Carly could spiral. Self-blame and recklessness. She might throw herself into danger seeking vengeance. Strained relationships. If Jason blames her for not acting sooner, their bond could fracture. 4.3 Brennan's downfall, or rise to power. Depending on how events unfold. If his plan fails, he could be exposed, arrested, or killed. If he succeeds, he might seize control, becoming the new top villain, until someone else rises to challenge him. Conclusion. A turning point in the story. Brennan's plot to eliminate Jason, combined with Carly's desperate warning and the unintended consequences for her best friend, creates a whirlwind of drama, danger, and emotional devastation. This storyline has the potential to reshape relationships, alter power dynamics, and leave lasting scars on all involved. Will Jason outsmart Brennan at the last second? Will Carly's loyalty cost her everything? And most importantly, will her best friend survive the fallout? The answers to these questions will keep fans glued to their screens, proving once again why this kind of high-stakes storytelling captivates audiences. The idea that Isaiah could be a plant by proxy, working for a resident antagonist, introduces a compelling layer of deception, intrigue, and betrayal in any narrative. Whether in a crime thriller, a political drama, or a psychological suspense story, the concept of a seemingly innocent or peripheral character secretly operating on behalf of a villain is a classic trope that heightens tension and keeps audiences guessing. This analysis explores the implications of Isaiah being an unwitting, or witting, agent for a primary antagonist. We will examine the narrative possibilities, character dynamics, and thematic depth such a twist could bring. Additionally, we will consider real-world parallels, psychological manipulation tactics, and storytelling techniques that make this kind of reveal effective. Understanding the concept. What does plant by proxy mean? A plant in espionage, crime, or storytelling refers to a person deliberately placed within a group to gather information, manipulate events, or carry out orders from a higher authority. A proxy suggests that this individual may not be directly connected to the villain, but instead acts as an intermediary, someone who may not even realize they are being used. Possible scenarios for Isaiah as a proxy plant. Unwitting pawn. Isaiah may believe he is acting independently or for a just cause, unaware that his actions are being subtly guided by the true antagonist. Manipulated asset. The villain could be exploiting Isaiah's personal weaknesses, greed, fear, loyalty, to make him an effective tool. Willing accomplice. Isaiah might know he's working for the antagonist, but hides his true allegiance behind a facade of innocence. Double agent. Isaiah could be pretending to work for the antagonist while secretly loyal to the protagonists, adding further complexity. Each scenario offers different storytelling opportunities, influencing character arcs and plot twists. Narrative implications of Isaiah's role. 1. Building suspense and misdirection. If Isaiah is a plant, his presence creates an atmosphere of paranoia. The audience and other characters may suspect betrayal but remain uncertain of its source. Classic examples include The Departed, 2006. Undercover moles on both sides create constant tension. The Usual Suspects, 1995. The reveal of Kaiser Soze recontextualizes the entire narrative. A well-executed twist forces the audience to re-examine earlier interactions, looking for hidden clues in Isaiah's behavior. 2. Character dynamics and trust. If Isaiah is embedded within a group of protagonists, his betrayal, whether intentional or not, shatters trust. This can lead to internal conflict. The group may turn on each other, suspecting the wrong people. Moral dilemmas. Should Isaiah be punished if he was manipulated? Redemption arcs. If Isaiah was unaware, can he redeem himself by turning against the villain? 3. Thematic depth. Control and manipulation. A proxy plant storyline often explores themes of free will versus control. How much agency does Isaiah truly have? Deception and perception. How easily can someone be turned into a weapon? Power dynamics. The villain's ability to corrupt or influence from the shadows. Psychological and real-world parallels. 1. Real-life espionage and undercover operations. History is filled with examples of spies and informants who operated under deep cover. Double agents in the Cold War, e.g. Kim Philby, a British intelligence officer who spied for the USSR. Informants in criminal organizations, e.g. Whitey Bulger's FBI handlers knew of his crimes, but used him for information. Isaiah's situation could mirror these cases, where loyalty is fluid and motives are obscured. 2. Psychological manipulation tactics. A villain might exploit Isaiah through gaslighting, making Isaiah doubt his own memories or beliefs. Blackmail, threatening to expose a secret unless Isaiah complies. False friendship, pretending to be Isaiah's ally while secretly controlling him. Understanding these tactics makes the twist more believable and chilling. Storytelling techniques for the reveal. 1. Foreshadowing without obviousness. Effective twists are surprising yet inevitable in hindsight. Ways to foreshadow Isaiah's true role include inconsistent behavior, small slips in his story, strange coincidences. Isaiah is always present at key moments. Unanswered questions, gaps in his backstory. 2. The unreliable narrator effect. If the story is told from a perspective that obscures Isaiah's true allegiance, the audience experiences the deception firsthand. 3. The slow burn versus sudden betrayal. Slow burn, Isaiah's true motives are hinted at over time, leading to a climactic reveal. Sudden betrayal, a shocking mid-story twist that redefines everything. Both approaches have merit, depending on the desired pacing. Potential pitfalls and how to avoid them. 1. Making the twist too obvious or too absurd. If the audience guesses too early, the impact is lost. If the twist comes out of nowhere, it feels unearned. Solution. Balance subtle hints with misdirection. 2. Undermining character agency. If Isaiah was brainwashed or controlled without any personal stakes, his role may feel hollow. Solution. Ensure Isaiah has believable motivations, whether fear, ambition, or misguided loyalty. 3. Overcomplicating the plot. Too many layers of deception can confuse rather than intrigue. Solution. Keep the core betrayal clear, even if secondary deceptions exist. Conclusion. Why Isaiah as a proxy plant works. The concept of Isaiah being a covert operative for a villain enriches a narrative by adding suspense and unpredictability, deepening character relationships, exploring themes of trust and manipulation. Whether Isaiah is a knowing traitor or an exploited pawn, his role as a proxy plant can serve as a linchpin for drama, conflict, and psychological depth. When executed well, this kind of twist leaves a lasting impact, forcing audiences to question who they can really trust, both in the story and perhaps in real life. Portia and Nina resort to drastic measures to take down Drew. In the high-stakes world of Port Charles, secrets, schemes, and power plays drive the lives of its residents. Among the many conflicts brewing, one has escalated to an all-out war, Portia Robinson and Nina Reeves joining forces against Drew Kane. The situation is complex, with emotional entanglements, past betrayals, and strategic maneuvering playing a crucial role in their quest to take Drew down. But what could have pushed these two women to such extreme lengths, and what are the potential consequences of their actions? The root of the conflict. Drew Kane has long been regarded as one of Port Charles's more level-headed and moral residents. However, in recent months, his increasing involvement in the power struggles at Aurora Media, his alliances, and his perceived threats to both Portia and Nina have made him an enemy worth targeting. Portia's anger toward Drew stems from his unwavering support for Curtis Ashford, her husband, despite their recent marital struggles. Drew has encouraged Curtis to reconnect with Jordan Ashford, something that has only fueled Portia's insecurities and fears of losing her marriage. On the other hand, Nina's vendetta against Drew has been brewing since her exposure for tipping off the SEC about Carly and Drew's insider trading deal. This revelation caused a ripple effect, leading to Drew's imprisonment and further alienating Nina from Sonny Corinthos and his family. Despite her attempts to mend fences, Drew has remained one of her most vocal critics, making it impossible for her to rebuild trust with Sonny and others in Port Charles. With both women feeling cornered and desperate, their only solution is to eliminate Drew as a formidable player in their lives. A devious alliance. Portia and Nina are unlikely allies, as their paths rarely intersect outside of social events and shared acquaintances. However, desperation makes strange bedfellows, and their mutual disdain for Drew brings them together. Initially, their conversations are passive, with Nina merely venting about Drew's meddling and Portia expressing frustration over his influence on Curtis. But soon a plan begins to take shape, one that will systematically dismantle Drew's reputation, his business empire, and perhaps even his personal relationships. The first strike, planting doubt. Knowing that Drew has a sterling reputation as an upstanding businessman and war hero, Portia and Nina recognize that they need to be strategic. Their first move is to plant seeds of doubt in his professional relationships. Nina, who still has access to powerful circles in the business world, begins spreading rumors about Drew's instability following his prison stint. Portia, leveraging her credibility in the medical community, subtly questions whether Drew's time in captivity left him psychologically unfit to manage Aurora Media effectively. This carefully crafted narrative spreads like wildfire, forcing Drew to constantly defend himself against unfounded claims. Investors become uneasy, and employees start whispering about his potential breakdown. The pressure is on, and Drew has no idea where it's coming from. The next move, sabotaging business deals. Portia and Nina take their strategy a step further by directly interfering with Drew's business dealings. Nina, using her remaining connections at Crimson and within the media industry, arranges for negative press about Aurora Media to circulate. Articles questioning the company's stability, its leadership, and its ability to compete against larger corporations make their rounds, influencing stockholders and stakeholders alike. Portia, meanwhile, gets Curtis involved unknowingly. By feeding Curtis misinformation about Drew's business dealings, she makes Curtis wary of maintaining his partnership with Aurora. When Curtis voices concerns about potential liabilities, other partners hesitate to back Drew in major projects, leaving him scrambling to keep everything afloat. The emotional manipulation. Beyond professional sabotage, Portia and Nina know that Drew's strength lies in his personal relationships. If they can weaken his bonds with those closest to him, he will be vulnerable to their ultimate takedown. Portia strategically manipulates Trina, her daughter, into believing that Drew's influence is causing unnecessary drama within their family. By painting Drew as the reason for Curtis's distractions and the instability in their home, she ensures that Trina distances herself from him. Nina, on the other hand, uses a more direct approach with Carly Corinthos. Knowing that Carly is fiercely independent but also deeply connected to Drew, she plants doubts in Carly's mind about Drew's long-term stability. By insinuating that Drew's obsession with revenge against Nina is becoming unhealthy, she subtly pushes Carly to reconsider her association with him. While Carly is not one to be easily swayed, the pressure from multiple angles begins to take its toll.